everyone. My name is Chloe, and today I'm just here for kind of a chatty video of where I've been, what's going on with my channel, what's the future look like for my channel. Just kind of to chat with you guys because I miss you guys. So in September or so, I think I started to take a break from YouTube. The reason was we just had gotten into a busy season of life. But more so, I weaned my second daughter. I was breastfeeding her and weaned her. She was 15 months or so. I weaned her in order for us to start trying for our third baby. So, for us, trying for a baby means fertility treatments, shots every day, going to the doctor about every other day. And for scans and progress checks and that kind of thing. And so it is an intense process. And I also am somebody who struggles with weaning depression. So I never knew that was a thing ever in my life. I've never heard anybody talk about it. But when I wean my babies, it's happened with both of my babies, I go through a really hard emotional stage. And like in life, I have had anxiety before. I struggle with anxiety on the regular. I recognize what anxiety feels like, but depression is not something I'm familiar with. And it's not something I know how to navigate. And it's definitely something that I have a whole new level of empathy for. So, when I weaned her, it's, now I know more about it. And because of the hormone shifts and that kind of stuff, it is hard for a lot of women. And there is a technical term called weaning depression. And I got hit hard this time, you guys. My first daughter, I weaned her and it was really hard for me. But she was ready. Like at the time, she was ready to go. So for her, it was like a rough day, maybe. And so for me, the weaning depression didn't last super long. As soon as my hormones kind of regulated and like logically I was not having a lot of triggers because she was okay. So I got over it relatively quickly. And honestly, I kind of forgot about it. And then my second daughter, I started to wean her. I started around the time that we moved in July and August. And I was just like, okay, no, I can't do this, like with all this going on. And so then in September, I did it, and she was not as ready. She was just more resistant, and she wasn't as ready. And so that really played on me as far as triggers go, mom guilt of, are we doing the right thing? Are we not doing the right thing? There were a lot of triggers in addition to the hormonal things going on. And so, yeah, it was just a time where I felt like I needed to step away from YouTube because the content I was creating, I just didn't have the energy for it. And I feel like it showed. And I don't ever want you guys to like think I'm making videos out of obligation because this is a hobby for me. It's something I enjoy talking to you guys. And if I'm ever like not enjoying it, and at that time I was not enjoying it because I was just having like I was not enjoying life. Thankfully I was never like suicidal or had any thoughts like that, but I was just having a very like apathetic hard time. And so I walked away for that reason. Now it's, now we moved in August, and so now we are settled for the most part. We are in our groove. We have our friend circle. We have all of our support system here. The girls are good. And things are getting better. So in December, we started fertility treatments. October did not work. November did not work. So we decided to switch up the meds, and in December it worked. So the very, very beginning of December, maybe even end of November, we found out we were pregnant, and it was great and it was awesome. And we were overjoyed, just as you are. And then over Christmas, I had a miscarriage. So for us, that was not something we had experienced at all. And it's something like, the statistics, it's 1 in 4 pregnancies, that it's happened to so many people. But until it hits you, like it's a whole different level of empathy. And for us, especially struggling with fertility and how intense it is to like get pregnant, we have always felt like the positive is the end of the line. That's the hard part, like done. And so for us, it really shook us, like just like, okay, I mean, it just was hard. It's hard for everybody. It is the worst thing we have been through as a married couple. It's just hard. And so that also like threw me into a funk. So I was like starting to think about coming back to YouTube. And then that was just hard. It was a lot to process. It was a lot to figure out then how to like move on from. Yeah. And so then we decided to start trying again as soon as I was cleared to do so. And by the grace of God, we're pregnant again. So in January, we got pregnant again. I bled for probably a solid month afterwards. And then here we are. So now I'm on here just to announce that we are having another baby, and we are so excited. And so what does that mean for YouTube? What does that mean for this channel? And if you guys have followed me for a while, I started a channel right before I got pregnant with my first daughter. So in 2017, my sister was on YouTube at the time. I decided to start a channel, and I did, and then I got pregnant and I stopped because the first trimester is hard. And with her, it was my first, and so it felt a lot harder than it actually was now in retrospect. But so I stopped. And then I think I even took down all my videos, just kind of was like, okay, that's not going to be a thing I do. Well, so then come back around to 2019, and I was pregnant with my second and decided to come back to YouTube because I don't know why. Pregnancy obviously changes things for my YouTube career or hobby, or like my YouTube presence, I guess is the best word. So with her, I was even sicker, and yet I felt like I was struggling to like keep up in life, and I just needed something for me. And so I started YouTube back up and fell in love. I fell in love. I found a community. I love you guys. I love this interaction. I love this platform. I love talking about books. I just loved it. I loved the ability to kind of showcase parts of my life and share them with you guys, and all in a bookish context. And I just loved it. And so I did that until this September 2021, when it all kind of went south for a while. So now, apparently pregnancy means changes for my channel, and I am not going to make any promises at this point for what my channel is going to be. But I will tell you, like, the motivation is back. The creativity is back. The ideas are back, and the excitement is back. So I want to be making at least weekly videos. I've found that I was not loving like monthly wrap-ups or anything, and so I don't know exactly what it's going to look like, because I want to share the books with you. I want to do some vlogging. I want to do some book showcases. There's times when I read a really good book that I'm like, oh, I wish I was vlogging, or like, oh, I wish I was going to do a wrap-up that I could do this. So I don't know exactly what it's going to look like. I will figure it out. We're just about out of the first trimester. I don't know if I said that. So I'm hoping like feeling better is on the horizon. But right now we have a really good routine where Jeremy takes the kids to soccer on Saturdays. And so I am able to film in quiet and peace, because that's the other challenge is now I've got a 4 and almost 2-year-old, and they are crazy and wild and loud and so much fun, but so hard to film around. So, yeah, I don't know what the future is going to look like, but I want you guys to know that I am doing everything in my power to come back as much as I can. So, that is really it. Thanks for letting me be vulnerable, letting me tell my story. If any part of it resonates with you, feel free to DM me on Instagram, or message me on here, or whatever, some way get in touch with me, because one thing I learned through both miscarriage and infertility is how lonely it feels. Like how you know you're not alone because the statistics show you're not alone. There's 1 in 4 that have miscarriages and 1 in 8 that are struggling with fertility, either female or male factor. And so you're not alone, but it feels so darn lonely because people don't talk about it. And if you're in the midst of weaning depression, talk to me. I had no idea it was a thing. So, yeah, just don't ever feel like you're alone. If you're going through any of the situations I have, please, please, please reach out. I'm always here to chat. And that's it. So thank you guys again for letting me chat. Thanks for being excited about this baby. And I hope you enjoy whatever content comes. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll talk to you in the next one.